Football is the hot topic in sports across America, and Middle Georgia is no different.
Fox Sports 1670's Bill Shanks and 41 NBC's Dustin Wilson break down the best sports stories in today's Rant and Rave.
Here we go, issue one, the biggest surprise from last week in football. I'm going to say the ACC, they were pathetic last weekend. Georgia Tech, Miami, Florida State, and Virginia Tech all wet the bed. A horrible weekend for the ACC.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, Bill. It has to be the 21-16 upset of James Madison over Virginia Tech. The loss snapped Tech's 32-game home winning streak against non-league opponents. The Hokies are now 0-2, which marks the first time they've started the season 0-2 since 1995.
Issue two, Tech's meltdown in Kansas. What happened? Well, their defense, their 3-4, has not been very productive, and they've got to have a passing game if they're going to be productive in that offense, and Joshua Nesbitt did not have a good day. They dropped a lot of passes, and they just were out of sync from the first moment of the game, really. Yeah,
Bill, Kansas racked up 407 yards of total offense and broke an 8-game losing streak. Not to mention the most embarrassing point of this game is that Kansas lost to North Dakota State last week 6-3.
Issue three, what happened to UGA? I've got to be very careful here because this is family television. What didn't happen to UGA? They lost the game from the first series. Marcus Lattimore, he's still running touchdowns on the Bulldogs defense. They didn't tackle very round. They were pathetic.
Yeah, so much for that stout defense. Everybody jumped on the Todd Grantham train after the D looked solid against UL Lafayette. That same D looked very mediocre against South Carolina. I don't want to take away from South Carolina's talent. I think Lattimore is the real deal, but most of the missed tackles I saw were just a lack of fundamentals and a bunch of shirt grabbing.
Georgia is now 10-11 since 2006 against SC East opponents, and that's very mediocre. Issue four, the final issue. Can Georgia beat Arkansas? Bobby Petrino coming to Athens, back to Georgia for the first time since he left and got out of town with the Falcons and took off for Arkansas. Razorbacks are good. They've got a great quarterback in Ryan Mallett, and right now with Georgia's defense being suspect, I say no. Plus, of course, A.J. Green won't play, and if he won't play, that offense is not the same.
I think UGA could win this game. The loss against SC could help the Bulldogs in preparation this week. If the D can keep Arkansas QB Ryan Mallett off the field, the Bulldogs will have a shot.
We'll see. It should be an exciting weekend, and it all starts Friday night at 11:15 with the End Zone. All the high school scores and highlights from around Middle Georgia here on 41 NBC.